Ahoy YouTube! 'Tis I, skillincarnate, and the first time we're going to be looking at a major game on the channel. Big thanks to THQ, which have provided me a copy of the Man O War Corsair game, set in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. Now for those who don't know, I am a massive fan of Warhammer. I played a lot of the games, I've read a lot of the books, and I am a fan of the miniature games as well. Yes, I am a bit of an old school nerd, and this is a really big thing to play one of these new early access games for Warhammer before a lot of other people have gotten around to trying it out. So let's get into the game and see a little bit more about how it works. And here we have the character selection screen. Pretty bare bones at the moment, but again, this is early days. Now we have our different factions we can select. We have the Empire, the dominant faction, basically the good guys. Next we have the Chaos factions, which consist of Khorne, the blood god. Nurgle, the god of, I believe, decay. Slaanesh, the god of pleasure, and they haven't implemented Tzeentch yet. We do have an independent faction, which I'm assuming is mercenary, and they can work for anybody, Chaos or Empire or Bretonia. So that's all of the different factions. I'm going to go with the Empire because they are my favourite faction. Love those firearms. Now, in Warhammer we have our war gear, so it's very important to have a very dope looking hat, and that is the dopest hat of all. I like that. And that coat, it matches the hat very nicely. So now we are suited and booted. We're going to go with regular difficulty. And our ship is of course going to be the GOAT. And we do have different flags for each faction. I would like to see a little bit more variety, but quite good for the moment. Let's get into the game and see how it works. We begin our journey in the town of Hagendorf, a small empire town which should hopefully have some jobs for us to do. Now this game is very similar to the game Sid Meier's Pirates, if you've played it. You go into towns, you talk to the locals, which will give you a little bit of information on what's going on. You can recruit additional crew as you get larger ships and as you naturally will lose crew in sorties against the enemy. You can also hire additional captains to increase the size of your fleet. Now, all of this is determined by a couple of different currencies. There's the obvious gold currency, which you'll earn through different jobs, and there's also infamy, which is basically or fame or infamy based on the good and evil actions that you do through the game. You'll gain those, and thus the respect of different factions. Now here we have our notice board where we can actually pick up some jobs. Well met, Captain. My name is Adlin Elder. I do a fair amount of trade. Ships have been disappearing off the coast to the east. There is an unnatural amount of fog where the ships are disappearing, and my theory is a wizard is at the heart of it. People are afraid to travel, and that's no good for my business. If you want to make sure the way is safe again, I'll make it worth your while. Okay, if the money's good, I'll do it. Excellent. As I say, the fog is nearby. You should not be able to miss it. Okay, so I'm guessing we'll have to go and fight a ship or a monster or something. And we have to do a mission for, looks like a mission for the military. The Snowflake and Accursed Kislevite War Galley has a great bounty on its hull. Let its decks wash with blood. Avenge the brave sailors of Hagendorf. I'm going to do that because I imagine we will get quite a lot of fame for sinking a pirate ship. We have the watchtower here. Okay, so here we can get bounties. These are all the different ships that we'll need to take out. And interestingly, we can see that the factions I mentioned earlier in this episode are actually present here. So where there are Tzeentch ships, there are undead ships, and there are also orc ships. I would love to play these factions. I do like being the bad guys in the Warhammer universe as well. I love the orcs. So we'll actually be able to try our luck against those factions, but we can't actually play them ourselves, which is a bit of a shame. But I've had this game for about, I'd say about a couple of months now, and I've jumped in and played this very briefly, and the first time I played it, and now they've actually added a lot of the factions that weren't in the initial release. So we're going to head back to the GOAT now, and we're going to get out onto the open seas and try and complete those missions and hopefully see a little bit of action. We've set out to sea in our ship, the GOAT, and already my second in command has decided to repeatedly commit suicide. He just keeps jumping off the side of the ship, but miraculously through the power of video games, he's able to resurrect himself. That's the town of Hagendorf behind us, and we're going to be heading out towards the first mission in the game. So we're going to hunt the Snowflake, an infamous pirate ship. Now, as we can see, the game isn't the prettiest game I've seen, but the one thing that I really love about this game is it's a pirate ship game that feels like a pirate game. The ships are really well, they handle really well. There's real wind, there's real speed. You do have to watch where you're going. The weather does affect your speed and the handling of your ship. And the enemies in the game aren't stupid. They're actually quite smart. The AI of the ship's quite good. Now, the enemy AI of the characters is a little bit janky. But again, this is early access. And this, as far as I know, is a very, very rare game. I haven't played a pirate game or a good pirate game since the last Assassin's Creed game, and I still felt that wasn't what I would call a true pirate game. Now what we're going to do is speed up a little bit and try and head towards this ship. We can actually speed the game up a bit. So we're starting the jet engines, and we've now seen the ship. It's seeing us. We've only got front cannons, so we're going to try and hit it with a couple of rounds and take out some of the ships. We'll take out some of the men on the ship. I think that's about right. Fire for effect, boys. Yeah, I did. I hit. Okay, we're going to try again. We'll see if we can hit it again. I don't know if I can capture the ship, but I am going to try. That's got to hit. Yep. Direct hit. So we've only got front cannons, so we do really have to take this guy straight ahead. We can't hit it with a broadside, unfortunately. So I'm hoping it looks like he's much the same. It's just going to be a trade of shots to see who can take the most pain. He's gone side on, so I'm going to try and hit him with a couple more broadsides. Then we're going to try and board, hopefully. That was a good hit. Try and give him one more. What you gonna do, boy? That was a good one. There we go. We got him. Let's do it. We're boarding. He must have taken out a few crew. There's not many left. Give him the rifle, boys. It looks like most of them are armed with melee weapons, so this should be a fairly easy fight. I hope. We're going to get rid of a couple of them, and then we're going to get down into the mix and try and see if we can take some out. Wow, it actually looks like they might be outnumbered here a bit. I'll try and help these boys out. They're not too smart, though. They're just hanging around. They're not doing much. Oh, I missed. I think my sharpshooting skills are going to be more useful than running down there with the sword. We seem to do quite a lot of damage with this rifle. Try and pick these guys off. Give the guys a bit of a chance. I love this. I love the way you can board enemy ships. It's actually really cool. Okay, I think we are winning this. Well, it looks like my first mate has gone down. I'll try and pick off a couple of these guys to give our men a chance. A little bit more. There we go. That's another one down. Take that, you scurvy dogs. The army of the goat will destroy you. We'll try and take these shield guys out, because I don't think at a close range we're going to have much chance against them. Oh, I'm not much of a shot. The last few shots have been a wash. Oh, he just committed suicide too. He's got to nearly be dead. It's another one down. It seems this is more effective. Well, I can let my men just do their thing. Oh, hello. How'd you get up here? Thank you, sir. Rescued by one of the men. Alright, let's get in there. Let's go and take these guys out. Take it to them. Take this. Ha! Run ye through, you scurvy dog. Avast! There's many other pirate puns as I can make. I don't know how to block. I'm just swinging like a madman. Take that and that. I'll try and get around behind him. Can I do a heavy swing or something? No, I don't think I can. So the fighting in this game is pretty janky, but it's not something that it's not terrible. There we go. Get in there. I think I'll be better off giving this guy a bit of lead poisoning. Sorry, mate. I would fight fair, but we're kind of... We're not outnumbered. I think we're doing pretty well, actually. Take that, ya pirate scum. Aha! I think we've won this. Let's go. Oh, he beat me to it. He beat me to it. Ah! We are victorious. So we're going to pinch all this stuff. Oh, and we can capture the ship. How sweet is that? We will capture. Excellent. So we've actually captured our first ship, which is sweet. Let's transfer those guys and transfer this guy here as well. And how sweet is that? We have our first pirate ship. That's gangster. We have a I think they're actually going to take that ship back to port. I did hit it pretty hard, so that's okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. Our first saute was actually a complete success. We managed to capture ourselves a secondary ship. I don't know if we'll be able to fight it, or we'll fight with it, but at least we might be able to take it back to town and possibly sell it for a bit of money. So, final thoughts on this game. Well, I have 3 questions for you. Do you like Warhammer games? Do you like pirate games? And do you like games where you get to shoot people in the face? If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then this game is a natural choice. Now, I've really enjoyed playing this game, and I have to say a massive thanks to THQ Nordic for hooking me up with a free copy, and a massive thanks to you guys, because without you watching the show, none of this would be possible. If you want to see some more Warhammer content, if you'd like to see me play a little bit more of this game, let me know. I would love to continue adventuring on the high seas with you guys. So yeah, let me know what you thought. Leave me a like and a subscribe if you feel so inclined. And hopefully we'll see you for the next episode. Until next time, Skill Incarnate out.